Hey, on this episode of the Rockstar Real Estate Minute, we're going to talk about why you should always include a financing clause in your offer, even if you're putting more than 20% down.
Why is that, Tom?
Okay, this is another question that we get a lot. And the question is, if I'm putting 20% down on a house, why should I include a financing clause on my offer? Because I just don't need it. I'm putting 20% down. I know I'm going to get approved by the banks. I'm even pre-approved by the banks. Why do I need it? I'll just remove it. And the reason that we suggest you keep that clause in there, and there are some situations when you might want to remove it. If it's multiple offer situation, you're trying to go in really strong to buy a property, you might want to remove it. But in general, in our opinion, you'd want to keep it in there. And there's many reasons. Some of the ones that come to mind are, even if you're pre-approved, until the bank sees your actual offer, an accepted offer to buy the property, they don't kind of give you their final approval. So until they see that offer, your pre-approval just might not hold weight. So once you actually have an accepted offer and then you take it to your bank, then you kind of get that final approval from your bank or from your mortgage broker. And sometimes in the process of doing that, you might get a little bit different interest rate than you had expected. So maybe you were pre-approved and you thought the interest rate was going to be 3.5%, but then you go with your offer after you've bought the property with no financing condition in there, you're firm on this deal, and then the bank comes back and says, oh, you know what, we were going to give you 3.5%, but based on some debt ratio stuff that we found out, or this new information we found out about you that you hadn't submitted, we're actually going to have to go with a higher interest rate, and that might change your carrying costs and might really throw you for a whack, and maybe you don't want that property anymore because of this. And there's other reasons as well. Maybe the amortization that they were going to give you is going to change. We've seen some situations that after you have an accepted offer, the bank will come back even though you were pre-approved and ask for more documentation from you. And especially if you're self-employed. If you're self-employed, they might ask for a whole slew of things, maybe not just tax assessments from the governments, but maybe they want to see your T1 general, the details of your income tax return. And when they see the details, maybe their opinion of you changes. So, because there's variables still involved and you're never, fully approved until the bank sees that accepted offer that you have on a property, we always suggest that you put that clause in there. That way you can comfortably go to the bank with your offer, negotiate in a strong position for the best mortgage that you can get, finalize all the details, and then waive that condition when you feel it's appropriate. So we always suggest to keep that clause in there, even if you're putting 20% down. We've seen multiple times when people are putting 20% down, they get surprised by things from the bank after they put in the offer. Either the interest rate changes, the amortization rate changes, the bank wants somebody else on the title of the property, and that might throw you for a little bit of a loop. So there's all these little details that always are not hashed out until you have an accepted offer and show that to the bank. So in our opinion, no matter what you're putting down, if possible, include that financing clause. Hope that's a little bit helpful. Until next time, your life, your terms.